crank dismantling time. Got the harmonic balancer off. Now I can get the timing cover off. Now I'm not going to show how I took that off, as I didn't have the right equipment. It pays to have the right equipment. Oh, so very much. I'm not really bothered about what happened. I have got a couple of spare harmonic balancers sitting around, so yeah, I'm not too fussed. But regardless, if you do have a couple of spare ones laying around, you should always use the right equipment. Yeah, in the proceeds of getting it out, because like I said, I am rushing. I'm trying not to, but this thing just seems to be fighting with me. And yeah, it's probably fighting with me because I'm rushing, not Russian. Screw the Russians at this point in time. Yeah, so I've chunked quite a few teeth off the back and ended up chunking the balancer itself. Like I said, I'm not too fussed. I've got a couple of spare ones laying around, but regardless to whether you do or not, the person who is viewing this, take the time, do it the right way. So much better, and you will cause less damage. I'm gonna go have a bit of a break, and I'll come back and take the rest of it apart. I've just realised I've got to make a motor on this motor, otherwise I'm not going to get the crankshaft away, and I'm probably not even going to get the crankshaft away even if I do. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and take it off, and I'll let you know a few things along the way. I'm going to take the timing cover off first. 10mm bolts, 1, 2, 3. The belt tensioner bolts do actually hold on the cover as well, as long as the idler pulley. I don't know where I took that one off of. Anyway, whatever. Oh yeah, that's right. The pulley as well. Alright. Like I said, I'll just inform you of a few things along the way. Timing cover is off, and yeah, she's not too bad inside. The gasket is already over in the bin, but yeah, it's got part of the chain guide just here, and yeah, she's actually not too bad. The gasket wasn't looking too bad, I think, just because I've been messing around with the tension belt and whatnot. It let loose because I had to take the belt tensioner out at one point. So yeah, anyway, keep going. It's a good thing I'm doing my timing gears, and apart from that, a bit of gasket sealant for some reason. Yeah, it's losing all its covering. So yeah, good job I'm doing it now. Some more gasket there. Yeah, alright, let's keep going. Alright, oil pump is off. That's what she looks like. Be careful not to lose that pin. Make sure it comes out with it. And it does actually slot in like that. Alright. 2 8mm bolts. Okay, so I've just gone and undone all the main cap bolts for the girdle and the caps. It's all one piece. Like, the girdle comes off the caps, but it all holds down together. I've undone the big end bearings for the conrods. They seemed a little loose, so I double checked with my maxillary workshop manual, and apparently the connecting rod cap nuts are 25 Newton meters plus a further 90 degrees, so that makes sense as to why they felt so loose. Well, not done up, nowhere near tight enough. Yeah, so yeah, but these other ones, the main ones, I can't really find anywhere in here about main bearing cap bolt specification. Well, there you go, 85 Newton meters. I just found it, and yeah, they seemed a lot tighter than that. I had to give them a fair whack with the old knock-ometer and me breaker bar, and they're a 17mm socket, and the main the big end bearings are 14mm. I'm gonna quickly unzip that and get it out. And it always pays to have one of these on hand if you can find it. As you can see, mine's a bit worse for wear. I've had it for probably about as long as I've had the vehicle, which is probably 17 years. Sorry, 15. And it's my golden book. It's worth its weight in gold. Alright, let's pull these bolts out. So I've just taken all but one bolt out of the girdle and the main caps and thrown them in the sump there. Just take note, there is one short one that comes out of here. So yeah, just take note of that. That's where that one goes. Alright, so I've just taken that off, which is the girdle, and it actually looks pretty good. Yeah, apart from one section there, you can see for some reason the connecting rod bolt has touched it up. But yeah, apart from that, as you can see in my hand, please make sure that you wear gloves or something doing this, as I slipped cleaning up the girdle and it has taken, well, not taken as a chunk, but has sliced my hand up pretty nicely. Oh, where is it? Right there, as you can see. But you know, it's what we do. I'm gonna get cleaned up and keep going. Went and got my hand cleaned up a little bit. A little bandy dundee. No, she's all good. Anyway, whatever. That's life for a mechanic. Gone ahead and just taken bolts off the main big end bearings and placed them with the girdle. You know, I'm gonna go along and take the main caps, big end bearings off, and put them down in line, and take all the main caps and big end bearings off and align them on here for their cylinder end position. As I can see, all the caps have been numbered from factory, so yeah, shouldn't be too much of an issue finding where they belong when it comes back to putting it together. And if anything, I'll mark it. Hang on. 2, 3. It looks like a 4. 8T. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Give these a wipe down and have a look. There's numbers on there, but 4, 80, looks like a 6, 5, and a 7. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and find a way to mark them myself anyway. I'll probably just number them with a marker. But yeah, it always helps to mark them so you can put them back in the same position they came out in. So let's get these bearings off. Alright, all the main caps are off. And yeah, the crankshaft itself at this point in time doesn't look too bad. There's a lot to be said about the bearings in the main caps, but there's no discoloration in them or anything, but it does look like the the crankshaft has been wearing somewhat. That's probably the least worst. I don't know if you can see that, that's not too bad either. There's a little bit of discoloration on this one slightly. I don't know if you can see it. So yeah, I don't know if I've had too much heat go into it at some point, or it's walked at some point or other. Yeah, I don't know, but they're not too bad. Like I said, I can't see any real heat colouring to it, so yeah, maybe it's just worn, old age. So like I said, haven't exactly given it too much love and attention in regards to doing a whole rebuild to it and freshening up all the gaskets and whatnot. I mean, I've had the sump off before to do the oil return for the turbo, but I haven't done anything else to the bottom at all. So yeah, it's got somewhere between 350,000 on it, and it hasn't had the crankshaft out or anything that in that line looked at. So yeah, well, let's keep going. So I've just taken the second piston big end cap off, and they don't look too bad. You can still see the original Whoop, Ford stampings in there, like even the original grounding marks. Insides of the bearings look a little worse for wear. The outsides, again, can still see the original Ford stampings and honing marks on both lots outside of the bearings. Like I said, looks like it's had a bit worse for wear. I think I've run a little bit thin oil at some point. Not to mention, you know, high speeds because race car. But yeah, all that was done before I've put the turbo on it. Like I said, the turbo hasn't really seen much action in it. But in saying that, it is a turbo converted vehicle, and yeah, so could be a bit of both, even though it hasn't seen like basically any road time to a degree. But yeah, getting it all sorted and running properly could have done something. But yeah, they don't look too bad. I'll get them checked out and whatnot anyway. Not so much these, I'm not too worried about them, sort of. You'll find out why. But yeah, they seem alright, and from what I can see, and poking my nose in the block to have a look at the conrod, doesn't look half bad. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see what it says when we get the crank out and have a decent proper look. But it doesn't look too bad at all. Still see the original hone marks in it, the cross hatching. So yeah, see what they say. Right, let's get the rest of these out. Got the main cap, big end caps all off, and yeah, they all pretty much look like that. I think that'd probably be the best one, and that'd probably be the worst one. But even still, you can still see all the factory cross hatching and even the factory stamping from Ford themselves. I'll put these back in the right spot. Number 2, number 4. Yeah, well, we got that out. Even these, this is number 4 big end bearings for the conrod. They're probably they're real close to needing to be renewed, refreshed, but they're still got all the factory imprints on them. Whoop. And the cross hatching from factory. Yeah, they're not the best and they're not the worst, but the best and the worst aren't far from that anyway. So yeah, I suspect that it's just all old age getting to it. Like I said, there's probably about 350,000 Ks on this engine, somewhere between 300 and 350 anyway, with no major issues and no no rebuilds, no teardowns. It hasn't had a major service since before I had it, put it that way. and yeah, they don't have a major service till 100,000 somewhere there anyway, and I didn't get it till probably 250,000 Ks. So yeah, you don't touch the crank or anything like that in that time anyway, so yeah, timing's quite well. I'll grab that crank it, or we'll get the timing guides off here, give a bit more room to get that chain off, but yeah, we'll have a look at the rest of the con rods when we get that chain off. Excuse me. Excuse me. As for the crankshaft itself, looks so far so good. Yeah, so let's get this crankshaft out and have a look at, oh snap, yeah, the con rod ends. So I've just taken the timing chain guide off from here with a 10mm bolt. Be this fella here. Be careful not to lose your spacer, shim, whatever you want to call it. It does allow the guide to move freely like it should. But yeah, I'm so glad I'm doing this. Look at all this peeling off here. Look at that. Yuck. Yuck. Yes, I know I need to cut my nails. Right, so now that should just come off nicely, I'm hoping, without too much drama. Just like that. Undo that bolt there to get that timing guide out, and should be sweet as cherry pie, as they say. I'm about to pull the crankshaft out. I'll show you me lifting it out. Got the bolt here. Keep that in a safe place. I'm just going to keep it in the drawer here. Same as this. It's a lock and key. It'll sit in the crankshaft. One's under here. And it sits in there. Whoop. Just like that. Don't lose it. If you lose that, you won't be able to put your harmonic balancer back on. I'll keep that in there with the bolt. Yeah, timing gear for the crank. It's some pretty good nick. Not too bad. Alright, let's get the crank out. Pretty easy. That's nice. Oh, heavy. Right. She's on the table. the bearings really don't look in that bad a nick. You know, a bit of old age, wear and tear, but they're looking relatively good. Now, unfortunately, I clearly did not get time to package it up and send it away. It is 4:15 at the point in time, so that'll happen first thing Monday. Yeah, let's have a look at these conrods. Yeah, they look pretty sick too. So, I think that one's had a bit of a walk. Couldn't hold itself. Oof. That's a thrust bearing. Alright. That one looks pretty good. Oops. Let me take that. Yeah, in the edit. Alright. Yeah, they all look pretty well. Most of them have got the original cross hatching still visible. Yeah, I think it's just wear and tear from old age. Excuse me, I'm silently burping away. Okay. They do all that. Ooh, that looks a bit nasty. Huh? I'll check that out and I'll pull them out. I'll pull them out through the bottom, but you know. Well, they all look pretty well, pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if we can really see in there. Try and shove you somewhere you can't freaking go, eh? How about that? Oh, it's probably too bright. I just covered my phone in oil. from what I can see, the bore looks alright. Could do with a hone. It seems like it's got all its yeah, I can see slight details of the original thatchings, so hopefully they're pretty good. I can't see any signs of any cracks or anything through the bores. Needless to say, it's probably about 3/4 of an inch that I can't see up at the top, and I don't have a borescope, if that's the right name for it, to get down inside and check the pistons through the spark plug. Anyway, that's it. Yeah, that's that. Oh, no. Auxiliary gears there for the auxiliary pump. Yeah, idle sprocket, auxiliary shaft for the oil pump. She looks to be in some pretty good nick. Can't see anything wrong with that at all. So yeah, she's pretty good. I do want to try and I'll slip straight through that. Maybe I should have taken the rockers off before I tipped the engine over, but yeah, what can you do? Yeah, I'm gonna have to take them off anyway to get that off, I'm pretty sure. I probably should have undone the cam gear bolt while the crank and everything was still done up. Little things you forget about. But yeah, I think for today it's gonna be it. Yeah, I am gonna have to secure the pistons in there somehow. Maybe I don't know, I might just put the girdle on there upside down or something. Put a piece of wood through there and sit all the pistons on so they don't move when I turn it upright, because I wouldn't mind turning it upright to be able to get, that's going to be a job and a half, the manifold off and the intake manifold, or even the rocker arms and all that, just so I don't lose the hydraulic lifters out of it, lash adjusters as they're called. But yeah, so far so good. Well, I guess we should open that parcel that I got earlier. I'm pretty keen to see what it is, and I'm pretty sure you all are too. So let's have a look. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I know what it is. Look. TI Performance. Us. Representing. definitely need a new blade in my cutter. It just rips it apart instead of cutting it. But that is a decent sort of different bat. Yeah. It's got like carpet foam underlay packing in it. That's different. Well, it's very dusty. I don't know if I like that. But as a packaging product, I do. To open it, I don't think so. Just put that down there. Alright, what have we got? So he sent me some stickers. What's that? Looks like, oh yeah, a fragrance. Hang up on your mirror. Hang freely, avoid contact. Blah 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 blah. Smells alright. Really smells like. Oh yeah, keyring and a pan. Check it. Now let's actually see what they sent me. Oh yeah. Say it's called a phenolic spacer. Give you some more info on it later. But I do have to extend the intake mounts by about 8mm when I install it. But these spacers are supposed to help the intake stay about 60% cooler. No, not quite that much, probably 40%, 30 to 40% cooler than just having a gasket between the intake and the head cylinder. And best thing about these, from what I've read up, you don't need an actual gasket for them. Just some joining paste or gasket paste and gasket glue or RVC glue, whatever they call it. So yeah, pretty excited about that. Keep your intake gear cool. Yeah, there has been videos, well not videos, but there is a bit of information about this on TI Performance where the intake is running, or the throttle body itself, where they get temperatures from, it runs about 80 degrees because it's not getting the heat from the cylinder head and retaining it through the intake. Yeah, so pretty excited about that. Like I said, I have to get extended intake bolts by about 8 to 10mm. They say you don't necessarily need to do all of them, but at least 4 across the top. But yeah, I'm gonna do all of them. Makes sense, you know, so they're all gripping in there properly. Been another long mission of a day. Got that crank out, couldn't get it sent away, pulled it out too late, unfortunately, so my fault. Not only that, you know, things been playing havoc with me. Yeah, so we're slowly getting there. Yeah, a bit disappointed with myself, but that's all good. Things happen. Yeah, drop us a comment, leave a like, and yeah, subscribe. Hopefully you like the video. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying your evening wherever you are, or morning or night for that matter. Yeah, have a good one. Peace.